Hey, what's up, ladies? It's the relationship guru, Sid Farrell, and I got a special guest with me today.
Hi, I'm Courtney Randolph. I am the CEO and founder of Premier Prestige Production here in Houston, the ultimate event production company coming to take over.
All right, and in this topic, we're going to be discussing how to start back dating after being single for so long.
Yeah.
So, how do you start back? How you start back dating when you're single for so long? Like, what do you do? Like, how does a woman that is single for a while, she just got out of a breakup, maybe she's been single for a while, and now she's ready to get back out there and to, explore the dating scene and to see what's going on. Like, how does she put herself in position to start back dating? So,
Overall, I would say there's multiple components to start when it comes to getting back into the dating world. The first thing I would say, you want to start with your mindset. You kind of want to start by knowing what exactly it is you're looking for. Decipher that from, the jump before you even get started in the game, okay? For me specifically, I look for like the businessman, and you got to know what a businessman is like. Exactly. Like, you don't want the phony businessman, you want the real businessman.
right. Right.
You
don't want
know?
nobody trying to fake it, right?
Exactly. So you got to start with that. If you know you're into athletes, just start that. Like, just know that.
Yeah.
Know that from the jump, for sure.
So just knowing what you're looking for, basically. So you already have to be in the mindset of what type of men do I want and want to attract.
Exactly. 100%.
So and then you say it's also like knowing your worth too.
Yes.
So when you know your worth, you know that you're not going to settle for just any old man, and
Right.
you have a standard of a certain type of man that you want to attract and that you're looking for.
100%. Definitely knowing your worth is so important. Ladies, don't trivialize yourself. You are the prize, no matter what they say. You are the prize, okay? So start by knowing your worth. Really sit back and think like what it is you're looking for. Even jot it down if you have to. Like I've written down what it is I'm looking for in a guy, because that's how manifestation works.
Right.
Write it down, it's on your mind, it comes to life, just start there.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, knowing your worth and just knowing not to settle for just anything, knowing exactly what you want and what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And then also taking a break, making sure that you are available where you are in the mindset to start back dating, because you want to be able to make sure that you were healed before you actually start back dating.
Yes.
Because you don't want to bring baggage, all that extra baggage, into your new relationship. So explain that.
Yes,
like
that is so important. So I've had experiences personally where I've rushed into getting into a new relationship after coming out of a somewhat traumatic relationship, and I've had that person tell me like, you are acting as though I've done something to you, and this is because I'm carrying previous baggage from the past relationship, you know what I mean? And so you really want to cleanse your mind, your body, and really just find your inner peace in knowing, that you are worth it. Whatever traumatic situation happened to you does not define you, essentially.
Right.
And you don't want to put that on someone else. That's just unfair to them, because you wouldn't want them doing that to you at the end of the day.
Right, exactly. So yeah, making sure that you're healed from all your traumas, all your past, everything that you went through, the drama, everything, make sure that you're healed first, so
Right.
that you don't, damage that new person or self-sabotage that new relationship, because
Exactly.
it could be a good situation, but you got to make sure that it's the right person at the right time, and make sure that you're the timing. Make sure
Timing
that,
is everything.
Yeah, make sure that you're healed first. So
Yeah.
that's first. So just being in the mindset, knowing what you're looking for, knowing your worth, and to know that you are fully healed before even stepping foot into the new dating pool or dating scene. So
Right.
just being in the mindset.
And
just being ready.
ultimately, if you don't feel like you're ready, but you met this what seems like Prince Charming, he'll wait. If he's the right one, he'll wait till you're ready.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he'll wait for sure. So that's that. So that's what your mindset. So that's already starting off, just being in the mindset, just knowing what you want.
Right.
Okay. So the second one is your appearance. So your appearance. So talk about your appearance.
It is
Tell
the
the ladies,
foundation.
so, yeah.
It is the first impression, as you would say.
Okay.
So just take care of yourself. You know, think, how would you want to be viewed? So I say this to a lot of my friends, you know, when you step out the house, you don't know when you're meeting Mr. Right. Do you want Mr. Right to see you when you're dressed like, you know, in sweats and you're just running errands, your errand look? You know, everybody knows what the errand look is. Do you want him to see you that way as his first impression, or do you want him to see you, you know, sexy, confident, glam, not even necessarily glam, just sexy, confident, you know, dressing how you dress, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not dressing lazily, I guess you would say.
Right.
That is so very important. So many different things, like hygiene. It's all well-rounded, you know. You got to be here mentally and physically, and I'm not just saying, you know, just like shape-wise, physically, as in like how you feel about yourself. You're physically confident in yourself when you're walking down that street and you're meeting possibly Mr. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, no, it's there's a lot of components to it. But do research on, you know, your physical appearance. Find out your body type and dress for your body type. You know, like if you want to dress up every day, dress up every day. Right. You know what I'm saying? Be in that mode in which you're already feeling good every single day, because it really reflects on you at the end of the day.
Yeah, and when you dress well, that you feel well.
You feel well.
Know, when you dress good, you feel good. So it's
literally
the same thing.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times your appearance is a lot of times a direct reflection on what's going on within yourself.
Right.
You know, so like already just making sure that you're just taking care of yourself. You know, your basic hygiene, showering. You know, everything. Just making sure that you are well put together so that when you do attract somebody, you know, you want to be, you know, the best that you can be, because you don't want anyone that doesn't, you know, look as attractive or isn't, you know, taking care of themselves.
Exactly.
So they don't want the
Same
same
way.
thing. Right.
Same
Exactly.
way.
So, you know, hygiene is very important. How you dress, how you smell, you know, just everything. Everything. You know, everything. So
go ahead and get you your favorite perfume.
Yeah, no,
just
for
have
real.
it.
No, for real, because men pay attention to stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, like when a woman smells nice and stuff like that, it's attractive, because you're like touching on all his senses. You know, you're touching on, you know, like first of all his sight, because he saw you first. You know, you're touching on his sight, then he smells you, and then, you know, you're touching on like his ears, because he's hearing you out, you know, stuff like that. You know, maybe like physical touch, like, you know, just, you know, maybe like throughout conversation, like just tapping somebody or just, you know, stuff like that. So like your
body language.
Yeah, just body language. So like it's like you're touching on all his senses, you know, and that's attractive to a man too. Right. And so like your body language too. So like, how are you coming across with these men? So like, are you like have your arms folded and you look like
unapproachable?
And it's the thing, because a lot of women, you know, they always say like, you know, I have that resting bee face or whatever,
and
stuff like
that.
that.
I hate hearing that.
You know, and it's
that's
like, and a lot of women, they're like, that's my natural face, and that's really just how I am. Like, I'm not trying to look mean, but I just look like this. Just, you know, that's just my face. You know, but I mean, sometimes how it comes off to men is like, oh, she don't want to be bothered, or maybe she, you know, and you might not even notice it. So that's why men all the time be like, dang, smile, you know, smile more. That's why men will tell you to smile, because they're like, you know, you know, when you smile, you look like you're pleasant to be around, and you look more approachable. Yeah, for sure. And you look like you want to be bothered. Like, you look like, okay, you have a more inviting demeanor.
Right. I used to get that all the time, actually. I used to get like, are you okay? Like, are you having a bad day? You know, just because I'm like, what's the issue? I would literally go and ask other people, like, does this look like I'm not?
Right.
Like, let me do the face for you.
Yeah, right.
And then I just put two and two together, and every day, you see these, I'm smiling every day.
Yeah. So no, that's very important. So just looking approachable. You know. So I mean, that kind of goes into. Look how to be approachable. So like your aura, your vibe, your energy. Talk about that. Like how do you come off as being approachable? Like how would you as a woman make a man or attract a man to want to talk to you? Like what kind of energy would you give off?
So I try to tell you know my girls this. I'm like, when you step in a room, step on the street, step outside your front door, anywhere you're going, from the moment you step out, everything is a show, okay? Not trying to tell you to put on a show. Be genuine about it.
Right.
But, you know, pay attention to the fact that people are watching you. You may not see people watching you, but somebody is noticing you right now.
Right.
So you want to always carry yourself as though you're in a happy state. You know, life is good, it's positive, even if it's not sometimes, you know?
Right.
And just, you know, always appear as though you're happy, because essentially that energy goes off of you. So
Right.
if you appear sad, you're going to attract sad energy. If you appear happy, you're going to attract happy energy. And ultimately, if you're looking for a man, he's gonna want to be around positive energy.
Right.
Like a lot of guys will say, I'm looking for my peace, is what I've heard them say personally.
Right.
And that just means they're wanting somebody that, you know, makes them happy and is not bringing, you know, negative energy to them, to the table. Like essentially no one wants to deal with negative energy. Yes,
Right.
we all have bad days, but
Yeah.
don't let that stop you from smiling. Don't let that stop you from laughing and having a good time, and, you know,
Right.
just being yourself, essentially your true
Right.
self when you're at your highest. Always remember the feeling of when you're at your highest state. Like think of whatever is in the past made you like super happy, and just whenever you're going somewhere, try to get to that state. Like always try to be at that state, because that energy is crazy. I'm trying to tell you guys, that energy rubs off.
It does. It does.
It
No,
really
for real, it
rubs off.
does. It does. It does. Like the more happy that you are, like you can literally transfer that happiness
Yes.
into somebody else that may
Yes.
not have been having the best day, or you know, stuff like that. And you know, you just smiling, you just being a pleasant person, like wow, that person really happy, like dang, you know. And it's like it's and that's also comes into like your confidence.
Right.
Like, and I feel like we need to write that down, but you know,
Yeah.
let's talk about let's talk about confidence. So like how because you know it's easy to say like put on a show and like, you know, get out there and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but you know that kind of goes into like a mindset, like your confidence. Talk
Yeah.
about like your confidence. Like how,
Confidence is everything is very important. All, like I said, there's multiple components to this, but confidence especially, like people can tell when you're not confident. And you kind of, when you're not confident, it comes off as kind of like a weakness, essentially, that people can take advantage of. And you don't want that. You don't want to start off anything where someone's, you know, trying to take advantage of you. But my best advice for confidence is, honestly, act like you're Beyonce. Like, not to, just to say it. Like, walk in the room like you are that, you know, person. Like, walk in the room and own it. Own it. You came out the house, you took your time to do your hair, your makeup, you know, get dressed. And if you did that, which you should, because that's like one of the first few steps,
Right.
you came out and you're going to show out, you know?
Right.
You want people to see you because you took the time to be seen. And, you know, there are some people that are kind of on the shyer side of things. And the way to break that mold is maybe even surrounding yourself with other confident people, or bringing a friend. You know, when you're with a friend, you're more true to yourself versus when you're by yourself. When you're by yourself and you're shy, you know, you kind of stay reserved, and it's really hard to break you out of that shell. It is possible to go from being a shy person to a overly confident person. I was the quiet girl, believe it or not. I was the quiet girl. I didn't talk to nobody. I was the computer gamer girl. Like, I didn't do anything. And you would think that I had no confidence. That's what you would think. It wasn't that I didn't have any confidence. I was just shy. And so what I did personally is I literally surrounded myself by the most confident people I knew. Like, I would literally go like searching through my friends, or like who even isn't my friend yet, and befriend that most confident person, and kind of just study how they go about things, how they talk to people, how they start conversations, how they end conversations, their interactions, their body language, everything that they do, and start duplicating it, because essentially you will embody that after you keep, you know, seeing it everywhere. That's just naturally how life works. Like, when you see something a lot, you tend to take it on for yourself. And yeah, confidence, ooh, baby, you gotta have the confidence. You just got to.
For sure. Confidence is really important. And men, we could tell like when a woman is not confident, or like when a woman is like more shy or more reserved and stuff like that, you know. And sometimes, you know, it's sometimes it just depends on that man, but sometimes it can come off as like a turn off to that man, like you know, because confidence is, you know, men like women that are confident, women like men that are confident.
Yep.
So you know, it goes both ways. And if you're not confident, then it comes off as you have low self-esteem. When you have low self-esteem, it's like you don't know your worth, and then you don't know your worth, then it's
down
like
slope
yeah,
from there,
you
right?
know. So it's
Down
like
slope.
yeah, exactly. So having confidence is very, very important when you are in the dating scene, and you just have to just know who you are, love yourself, you know, have that self-love. And then other people, and then when you're a happy person, and like you're always smiling and stuff, you know, people want to be a part of that because they like
want to be around those
people are like, why is this person so happy? Like you know, you as a woman, they'll be like, why is this woman so happy within her own skin? She just glowing. She just this. Like I want to be a part of that.
I want to be like that.
Like I need to be around that. Like she just confident within her own self. She cool. Like she's confident. Like she loves herself and everything. So that's very attractive to a man. You know. Very attractive.
And vice versa. I mean, if you really think about it, when you see, you know, a man, you're not going to go up to the guy that's in the corner with his arms crossed, sad, you know, and just not confident. You're not going to do that. I will do that. I've done that because I naturally want to pull people out of that, and I want to make them confident.
Right.
Like that's something I take pride in doing. But that, you know, naturally no one is wanting to approach that person.
Right.
But
yeah, so being confident is very, very important. So you said so it's like your energy, your vibe, just how you come off. So where do you meet these types of men though? Like how does a woman say, okay, I got the mindset right, I'm ready, I got my appearance, I look good, you know, I got my energy right, I'm confident. Now, how do I put myself in the position to meet these men?
Ooh, okay, so this goes back to one of the first ones, knowing what it is you're looking for. So, for example, if your type is a businessman, you are going to find the businessman at fine dining restaurants, in the cocktail lounges, in lounges in general. They're going to be at sophisticated places where they know other like-minded individuals are going to be. You know, typically they're there for business meetings. Think of where they go for their business meetings. That's where you'll find them. You may even run into one at a coffee shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to really think like them. Like, where are they spending their time?
Right.
If your type is athletes, start going to the gym. I'm telling you, you're gonna run into most of them. My personal trainers are athletes there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta really just put yourself in their environment. Or if you don't even really know your type and you kind of just want to dibble and dabble in somebody that fits your lifestyle, what you could do is do you. Literally do you. And for me, for example, I do yoga class on Sunday. If that's an opportunity for me to meet a guy who's interested in the same things I'm interested. So I mean, that's another way to go about looking for someone as well. Ultimately, you should never be looking. You should let it come to you, and you know. But you can do a little homework when it comes to it though. Like, you know, just be in the right spots, but don't go, you know, looking. Like, just let it ride. Just be in the zone. Be there. Be present. That's all. Start there.
Right. So basically what you're saying is, so they have to find themselves and put themselves in that position. So they gotta know what they want, know what type of man they want, and then surround themselves in that environment where that man is, or where he's present at. Yep. So like, okay, you know, there's different types of men that certain women want. You know, a woman might want a 9-to-5 kind of guy, or maybe an entrepreneur type of guy, or maybe, you know, your neighborhood dope boy kind of guy. You know, your thug. You know, so it's like, so you have to find like where these people are at.
Yeah.
So she wants. Okay, let's talk about. So if you want a 9-to-5 regular guy, you know, average Joe kind of guy, which is nothing wrong with, you know.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Right. So where would you find one of those?
Let me see. A 9-to-5 guy. So he's obviously not out at happy hour. I'll tell you that. He's not at the lounge during happy hour. Typically 9-to-5 guys, you'll catch them between, you know, 6:30 after to like 9. Hanging out in like a sophisticated lounge. You know, they're wanting to lay back and chill and relax because they've had a long work day. You can also find them on the run in the morning getting breakfast somewhere. So if you have a favorite bagel shop, go start making trips there regularly, and you'd be surprised. You'll start seeing them come through. They're gonna be, fast paced, in and out. But if you look good, you're mentally good, and you're present. Trust me, they're gonna notice you, and they may say something. They may stop you. They may grab your number in that moment and be like, "I can hit you later. I'm about to head to work." But stuff like that. Right. So 9 to 5. What else?
So okay. So 9 to 5, guys.
I like this.
So what about where would you find an entrepreneur, like somebody that has their own business, a businessman, like the man that got his own thing going,
That's tough. So not 9 to 5. So businessmen, entrepreneurs are typically out in public doing work. They're not typically sitting at home behind a desk, doing work, because that's the lifestyle they did not want. So you'll find them at, places like Panera Bread, Starbucks, business places where people go to do work. I guarantee you will meet somebody there that is an entrepreneur, because they're getting out of their house environment to do their work. Or even libraries. Like, libraries are a really good one. Yeah, exactly. They're constantly trying to,
get information,
build their knowledge, and that's definitely going. They're also at the coffee shops too.
So like if you're a neighborhood Starbucks or something like that, right?
Yes, you'll see all types of people at Starbucks.
Okay, so where would a woman find a thug? If she want the thug type, if she want that gangster type of guy, she like the men that flash the money with the Hellcat and and all the guns in the background and all this. She like all that.
To each his own, but you are definitely gonna find them at the nightclubs. I'm sorry, you're just gonna find them at the club. They're always at the club because they like to show out and make sure they're seen, and you're gonna find them at the clubs every weekend, literally every weekend.
They be outside every weekend.
They are there
every weekend.
But to each his own, obviously. But really just think about what they would be doing, in this time, and then just go there. Spend your time there.
So really, act like a lady, think like a man. So
100%.
So really think
that's a real thing.
Where would I, if I was this type of man, where would I be at?
Right.
And then just surround yourself in that environment.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then so let's say that. Let's say you do that, right? So I mean, well, before I get to that, so we said, so you got to get out your house, first of all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So getting out your house, because some women might be like, I don't know how to really, date men, I don't really know, and I guess, and my thing is, a lot of women, I feel like they expect a man, this is what I always say, to my clients and stuff, I'll say, you can't expect your Prince Charming to break in your house and to claim his love for you and just be like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name is blah, 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 I'm here to be your husband, you have to get out the house, because when you're inside the house, nobody's going to see you. Nobody's going to break in your house and go into, so you have to just get out the house, first and foremost. And then, so that's that. So just getting, so like you said, just getting out the house.
Getting out.
And then meeting and being in those environments where you can be found.
Right. Right. Put yourself in the presence of what you're looking for.
Right. And then, so let's say they're more introverted, right? Let's say, in the age of social media and stuff like that, let's say they're more introverted and, they're just on social media a lot. Maybe they don't really get out as much like that, or they can't really get out as much like that. Let's say they're always on, Instagram, social media, Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that. How would they attract a man on social media? How do you feel like women attract men on social media?
Your feed is your profile. It's your dating profile. Pay attention to your captions, ladies. I noticed there's a lot of women who will make these absurd captions, man.
Really?
You think it's just cute and fun in the moment, but if somebody's just doesn't know who you are, they're gonna go through your profile. First, they're gonna look at the pictures. They're going to see who you're with in your pictures. They're going to read the captions if they're into reading, which I am. And that is going to tell them a lot about your personality. So if you're the type of girl who posts the, I am a boss, I don't need no man type of captions, Now, do you really think he gonna hit you up? Like, for real.
Right.
If you're the type to post like captions where it's nothing but thirst traps, you're inviting men in that are only looking for one thing and one thing only. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really pay attention to that. Things like that. Like, your overall message that you're putting out starts with every single thing you do, not just you physically like being with people, but it's also your physical appearance online. So really pay attention to the things you post and you know what it is you're looking for. Like especially with models, it's a little complicated for people who are in the modeling industry, only because your content doesn't truly define you as a model. It's more like paid work. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind what your content is attracting. So just beware.
Right. So what you're saying is make sure that what you are, be conscious of what you're posting.
Right.
And the types of posts that you are posting, because you could attract something that you don't want, or a certain type of man only. So you feel like, so how do you feel like women should, like, I guess it just depends on what you want. It's like if you do want like just like some flings, or
then go ahead and post some thirst traps, baby. Post some thirst traps.
So because some women, you know, and to each his own, and a lot of women, no judgment, because everybody's gonna do what they want to do and stuff like that. But some women might say, dang, why can't I find a good man that wants me for me, or why can't I find a man that does not over sexualize me or look at me as just a sex object, or just and I guess sometimes it depends
down
on
to that.
Sometimes it just depends on like how are you presenting yourself.
How are you presenting yourself? And as much of a controversy as it is to pay attention to what you're wearing, it is just science. Like, it is like science with it, because I'm big on wear what you want, I don't even believe in bras. Just put that out there. I don't like bras. But you know what? That kind of sets off a different message depending on what I'm wearing.
Right.
So the rule of thumb, what my mother always would tell me is, if you're going to show top, cover up on the bottom. You know what I mean? If you're going to show bottom, if you're going to show legs, cover it up top. Like, be a little modest with it, have a little illusion. Yeah, okay. It's like an illusion. Like, they're like, oh, I like what I see up here. I wonder what it looks like down there. Like, and vice versa. It kind of goes hand in hand. So you can still be sexy without overdoing it. And, that's very important.
Right. And, and I guess it just comes down to like, some women, they feel like, and some, not all women, but some women maybe purposefully, do those thirst traps to attract a man, to say, okay, if I know I put my booty on this camera, I know that somebody gonna be in my DMs, and I'm gonna have to pick which one. I'm gonna have my pick of which one. But it's like, it's just the same thing like a man.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay. Like if you're a man and you're on Instagram or wherever and you're flashing money and stuff like that, you can't be mad when a woman's
trying to get that money.
You can't be mad when a woman kind of comes to you, and then those same men will be like, oh, these girls only want me for my money. They gold diggers. They this and that. Well, you show her, and this is what I always say. And look, this is what I always say. I say, if you showing it, you probably throwing it. So if you showing money, you probably throwing money.
Right.
If you showing your body, and
you probably throwing.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I've heard that one.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you showing it, you probably throwing it. So it's like, you just have to be careful about what you lead with. You have to show that person or those people, on your profile, like, I have more to offer than the superficial things. Because when you lead with something, you know what you're attracting. Just like men. Men know that, okay, when I flash all this money, I know that women gonna be like, oh, well, some women, I might not attract all women, but some women might be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, then he got some money, then he got a nice car in the background, then he this and he that, and they see your designer clothes and stuff like that and all that,
course.
So it's like, so you're leading with that, and then it's like you can't get mad when women are asking you for money, or they'll say, hey, or they're they feel more entitled when they are around you because they're looking like they got their hand out, like, okay, well, you showing it, what's up, like. You know, you act like you got it. You flashing it like you got it like that. So I mean,
I agree with
what's
that.
up? Like you're advertising that I got money and stuff like that. So,
that happens so often too. That's very common.
You know, so it's the same thing. Sometimes with women, like, you know, just, you know, and people gonna do what they want to do. I just feel like it should be like a balance in between. It depending on what you're trying to do or what you're trying to attract. You know, it should be like a balance. You know, it should be. You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I kind of, me as a man. I'm gonna just be real. Me as a man, I missed the sink pictures. Like when girls, the sink pictures. Like when girls used to just like put their butt up on the sink and they would have like just have like regular leggings on or something like that. Or like, you know, like, or
that's
just,
the beginning of thirst.
Yeah, or just having like just some leggings on and just take a picture. Yeah. You know, looking back, like, you know, or just.
It was a lot more modest.
Yeah, and it was more like now it's just like you just see everything.
Everything.
Now it's like.
People are purposely wearing things to show off. Like, you literally, you got the clothing nowadays is getting crazy. Yeah. Like, I can literally see your whole crotch.
Everything. Everything. You can see everything. I mean, people, it's okay.
Get it how you live.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay not to bash anyone, but it's okay. But I'm just saying, like, you just have to be aware of what you attract. Right. You know, just be aware of that. If you do show your body, then don't be surprised when you got those men in your DMs that's like sending you, you know, those eggplant pictures back in your DMs or saying, dang, what's up? Dang, you bad? Dang, you this? And you wondering like, dang, why is no men that are trying to approach me respectfully?
Right.
You know? Right. Because it's like, if they feel like, you know, maybe, and this coming from a man, they feel like if you're not quote unquote respecting yourself, then why should they respect you? You know, in certain ways, in certain aspects. So, you know, just be aware. You know, do what you want to do. You know, I don't care. She don't care. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do.
We all been there. We all done it.
If you want to post, you know, do whatever. But my thing is this.
Know what comes with it.
Yeah, and my thing is this. Don't necessarily just lead with one thing. You know, give people like an overall kind of view on, you know, what else you have going on other than just the superficial things, men or women. I talk about the men too, like showing your money and showing up all this your car and showing up all this stuff is like.
Have you showing the print through the clothes?
You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, you can't, you know, like and every picture is just that, or every picture is just, you know, it's like you have to be careful about what you approach. So it's like, or what you attract, you know. So that's that. Okay, so when you're actually outside of the house, right? How does a woman interact with a man? Like, how do you get a man to come over to you and to speak to you? Like, how does that work?
Check off all those things we just said previously first, to be honest. The confidence, the aura, the energy, you know. But you don't really, how can I say this? To get someone to, you know, I don't know, you kind of just have to be yourself, let it ride. Don't expect anything. Don't go in expecting anything, and just, you know, let it play itself out. What's meant for you is meant for you. It will come to you. It will find you. Don't go looking. It will find you, you know? Yeah, like I just... It's a little bit of a toss-up, only because as much as we're saying, like, you want to look for somebody, you know, you kind of also just want to, you kind of want it to find you at the same time. So look, but don't look, if that makes sense.
Right. So like be acceptive if it comes to you, but don't like forcefully be going out like, okay, I gotta find a man today. I'm going to like, you know, just go out, have fun, enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment.
Right.
I love that.
And I feel like even when it comes to even down to like even men, like when men go out to like, you know, let's say man goes like to a bar or a lounge club, whatever, and you know, a lot of men purposefully go out, dress nice, to let me try to attract the girl, let me see who will talk to me, let me see, you know, and it's kind of different sometimes when women go out, because I've noticed that when women go out, they can have fun with their homegirls, they dance and twerk on their homegirls, they drink with their homegirls, they go out with their homegirls, and look around the club. What do men do? Men sitting around, just sitting around on the wall, looking around, they barely talking to their homeboys, they just gathered just there. They just posted up on the wall, just not even enjoying their time because they went out with the intent on I'm trying to see what's I'm trying. They looking for
right. They're looking.
You know, so it's like. You know, a lot of men, they don't even enjoy the moment. They don't even enjoy, like, their homeboy company or just going out, just enjoying the vibe, enjoying the music. Just, it's always about, you know, I gotta get as many girls as I can tonight,
right.
you know.
Numbers, the number game.
All the number game, you know. So it's like, you're not even enjoying yourself in the moment. And the same thing with a woman. Like, you know, you don't want to do the same thing and be, okay, I'm gonna put on this dress. I know some men gonna talk to me. I know that, you know. And I've heard cases where women will be like, you know, I've had clients that be like, you know, I went out and nobody talked to me or nobody did this, and it's like, and then they'll feel sad about themselves. You know,
see, don't go in it like that.
Right.
Don't go in it like that. Know that you want somebody and you are open to entertaining any options. However, you are never really looking. You're putting yourself in the presence, but you are never really looking. When you enjoy the moment, I'm trying to tell you, when you enjoy the moment with your girls or with your friends or solo, wherever you may be, when you're out. That's when the most people will come to you naturally. That's when you're gonna like people are literally going to gravitate towards you because you're not paying attention to all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
People can see when you're looking for something. You look kind of like it's like a desperate look.
Like you can look kind of thirsty,
and yeah, no. You're gonna get the most people when you're least expecting it because you're just having a good time. You're having a blast. You're in your highest element, like I said.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So how does a woman like close a deal? Like what kind of conversation? How does she? Okay, boom. Let's say a man. Okay, let's say she's trying. Okay, we're gonna start off like this. I'm gonna give you two different scenarios.
Okay.
Let's say a man. Let's say she's trying to attract this man. Let's say she's at the club or wherever she's at the gym, wherever she's at, you know, at the grocery store, and she sees a man. And maybe let's say he doesn't even like really notice her, or like he walks by, she sees him before he sees her. And she's like, dang, I want to talk to him, but I don't want to just talk to him, or how do I get him to come over to me, or what do I do?
I'm gonna give away one of my. I'm gonna give away my secret.
Look, go ahead, drop the sauce on it. They need to know. They need to know the cheat codes.
So in real life, I do this. I tell my friends to do this. Get in front of them. You can get in front of them one of two ways. If you're the shy way, do it this first way that I'm about to say. If you're the confident way, do it the second way. So the first way is figure out which direction they're going and wind up crossing paths. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you want to be seen if you know that's what you're interested in, and you know, but you're also the type to let them approach you, which you should be letting them do sometimes. Let the man lead sometimes, but you want to put yourself in front of them. Like it's not really. I can't say it's not genuine. Right. But you did your part in allowing that to manifest itself.
Right.
If you get in front of them and they don't say nothing, they don't notice you still, let it go. Let it go. They saw you.
Yeah.
They saw you. But also, okay, so now this is going more towards the confident way of doing it. So still get in front of them. Get in front of them. But you can either flirt indirectly. And this is
how speak on that. How do you flirt indirectly?
So eye contact is one.
Okay.
Subtle eye contact. So you wanna flirt with your eyes. You wanna be, a little, just a little gaze. Like look away, look to see if they're still looking, and look away and chat.
So y'all be doing that. Women be sneaky. Y'all be looking to see, and then y'all look back, and so y'all already be looking to see if he's still looking at you.
Yep.
So you know that if a man is looking at you, then you know that he like you. Like if he's staring, he's staring hard at you.
Yeah, the signs. And don't forget to laugh the second time. Don't like a little subtle laugh, nothing crazy. Just like that. That's all you gotta do.
That work? No, that be working.
Yes.
That be working.
Yes, because now they're like, okay, so she's interested in me because she just smiled and laughed. Now you got checked off the approachable part, and then you also show them that you are interested by by looking their way as well. And some guys need that, extra push to, come over and talk to you, to know that you're not going to just shoo them away as soon as they get over here. That's a little bit more, confident than shy.
A little bit.
But anybody can do it.
Right.
Any girl can do it, whether you're shy or not. And then the second one, so B, would be directly say something, whether you're asking them, are you single, or what are you doing this weekend, or just make conversation. Literally, just make conversation. You don't have to say, "Oh my gosh, you're so attractive. I really want to date you," or do you want to date me? Like, nothing crazy like that.
Right.
But make conversation the same way they do you, literally, and it works. It really works.
So just saying anything. So you said you feel like a woman can go to a man and just like let's say they're in a grocery store, right? And she sees that attractive man in the milk aisle or whatever.
I wish I met him.
And then y'all, and you just happen to be like, hey, what kind of milk is that, or like
any conversation, or hey, do you mind getting that for me? I can't reach it. It may not even be the milk you want. Girl, go put that back with you. Right. Conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, just slide in there.
Yeah.
Just get in there. Let them know that you're willing to talk, and you're sociable, and you're approachable, and you're friendly, and they like that. They like friendly people.
So what do you do? What do you do with the shy men? Because there's a lot of men that are shy,
right,
that may not catch on to these signs, and a woman's like, you see me, like I'm here, like I'm walking in front of you, you still not saying nothing, like what, like so is it like you said, like you said, like just starting a conversation, like just
starting a conversation. So with a shy guy, you're gonna have to really take lead. That's not something I personally like doing too much. I kind of like a little bit of push-pull with it. But if you're into the guys that are shy and are not getting it, you really are going to have to, show out. Like, you're going to have to really make it known, because they say with men specifically, you can tell me it's true or not, but you got to break it down like the easiest way possible. You can't say things indirectly with certain men. Like, certain men will just not get it. You got to literally come straight out and say, I find you really attractive, or you're really handsome. Like, oh, you're my type. You're definitely my type. You know what I mean? Be direct with it. Be aggressive, and you're going to get what you want at the end of the day. That's just how it works.
Okay.
I haven't dabbled with shy guys.
So they just come up. So they usually just come up to you. Can women tell, like, when the man is like not confident, or like when he's like really shy?
Yes.
You can, like, when the man. So what about? Okay, let's say a shy guy. Let's say this shy guy is like not used to approaching women, or maybe he's not all the way confident where he wants to be, but he finds you attractive. Let's say he goes up to you and he's like, he tries to approach you. He's like, hey, how you doing? He's kind of stuttering a little bit, like, hey, my name is.
I have dealt with that actually.
I want to go out with you and like that. So like, how would you?
I take it back. I have dealt with a few people like that, and like I said, I'm the type of person to pull people out of those elements or make them feel comfortable naturally. And so that's kind of the role you're going to have to take on. You're going to have to make him feel comfortable talking to you. And the easiest way to do that is to, one, don't be standoffish with it. Even if he's not, like, honestly, ladies, like, sometimes I would say entertain the ones that are even not your type, because ultimately you shouldn't even always go for the ones you're attracted to, because you just never know who your Prince Charming is. And I would say with them, with the shy guys, you kind of just want to be really interested, laugh at their jokes, even make them feel good about themselves, and that shyness go away, okay?
Yeah.
Real quick. You'll see a whole change in their demeanor once they realize, oh no, she kind of likes me, Right. It's just a mental thing with guys, I've noticed. Like, you kind of just have to, like I said, make them feel like, you could possibly be into them even if you're not.
So just going in with that mindset.
Yeah.
Okay. So what type? So he said the conversation. So she just gotta just come to a man and just be like, So you say indirectly and then directly.
You gotta decipher. You gotta decipher.
How do you decide? How do you know which one to do at which time? Like.
So starting off with one which you're most comfortable with. If you are not comfortable with being direct, I encourage you to practice trying the indirect approach. And that alone will get you a lot of return on your investment.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the correct way to say that, but
yeah.
But with the other way around, I would say just fill it out. Every single person is different. Every person talks different, interacts different,
Right.
thinks different. So you kind of just have to test it out. Literally test it
see
out,
what
and
works
you'll start to see, like, literally, like you said, what works for you. But
so after that, okay, so boom, so we got past that stage. He asked for the number, y'all exchange numbers. Now what? Now how does a woman play this kind of, because she don't want to seem like too pushy and okay, if a man got her number, got your number, right, and he asked for it, he got your number, y'all exchange numbers, whatever. Okay, let's say when should you reply back? Let's say he hit you up like next. Is it like a push? Could be like a more push pull type of thing. Like let's say he. Okay, I'm gonna give you two different scenarios. Let's say he calls. Let's say he texts you like the next day, like hey, good morning or something. And I'm gonna give you another one for like if he hits you like the next week. Like how do you play this?
So the first one is if he texts you
the next
day.
Right.
He's eager. He's very eager. That's kind of a sign.
What's that sign of?
That he's either really desperate or he's just not necessarily. This is not necessarily. It's a possible sign.
But what comes off to you and what comes off to probably like most women?
That when they're quick like that, you kind of wonder why. Like, what is your intent? What are you after? Because I know you talked to someone else before me, and you may even be talking to somebody right now. So why are you moving so quickly? You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to make sure I don't get out of your sight and then I don't get taken off the market? Are you after one thing and one thing only? Like, what is it exactly?
So it's a red flag to you.
Like, it can be.
Initially, it comes off as like a red flag to you.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's kind of
put it in the back of your brain.
Like you kind of like raise an eyebrow, like,
Right.
Like,
but
what's up?
Well, I don't even remember what you asked me.
No, I'm saying.
I just went veered off.
I'm just saying, like, when he hits you up the next day.
Okay,
And then, So
if he hits me up the next day, I respond. I don't play the text back hours later game. I don't do all that. No. That's just not necessary. First of all, it's kind of rude, to be honest.
You feel like?
Yeah, like, there's some sort of etiquette to it. Like, like I said, treat people how you want to be treated. You don't want them doing that to you. You're going to get over it. You're going to get annoyed by it. Because there are guys that are pretty like that, and they will do it right back to you. And so start it off the way you want it to be done. Because I promise you, they're going to start texting you fast, calling you fast, if you're always doing it back. Unless you're truly, genuinely busy. That's different.
Right.
But yeah, no, I personally would, respond. I am not the initiator when I first meet a guy. I do not initiate calling. I do not initiate texting. And this is simply because I need to know that you're really interested in me. Guys, girls will have, guys, I guess you could say lined up, or different guys when they're dating, or whatever you want to say it.
Right.
But guys tend to have like triple that amount on their roster at a time. Yeah. So I need to know that you're truly interested in me. So I'm gonna let you, keep hitting me up and just really feeling you out and seeing what's up.
Okay.
And then the other one, what was the other one?
Like a week. Let's say he waited like a week.
Ooh,
before.
That's too long.
That's too long.
That's too long.
A week is too long.
A week is too long. Yeah, I need the sweet spot in the middle. A week kind of shows that he's too busy for you. That's the way I see it. You're too busy.
But would you respond after a week? Like if he hit you back like a week, like say, hey,
it depends.
How you doing?
It depends. If I was actually interested in him a lot from first meeting him, then yeah. But if it wasn't, I didn't really get to connect with him. I didn't really completely feel that interested, but I was willing to entertain it. And then you take a week, yeah, I'm not responding to you.
So what's the balance? And then what's the balance between it? Because first you say he hit you up too early,
In
and
the
it's a turn
middle.
off, and then you say he wait a week, and then it's still a turn off.
It's in the
so
middle.
What you say, like 3-4 days?
Exactly.
Like,
The best one are the ones that hit you up immediately because they're showing that they're interested. You just gotta wonder. You just gotta know why they're interested. You know what I mean? Whether they're looking for a partner right now, whether they're in a rush to get married, or whether they're just looking for flings. Whatever it is, you kind of want to just know that. But ultimately, the one that's responding back the sooner is the better of the two. But ultimately, I kind of want a sweet spot. I don't want to be bombarded, the next day. Because do you know how many people you give your number to?
Yeah, right.
Like, you know what I mean? To truly stand out, they're going to have to, wait some time. Wait a little bit. Give me a day. Give me a day or two. Let me think about you. Let me wait for you to reach out to me. Let me want you. You know what I'm saying? It's a little mind game.
Okay. So not too early, because if they're too early, then it comes off like you're too pushy, like you're too kind of desperate.
You're after something.
Yeah, but then if he gives you too long, then it's
you're not interested in me.
You're not interested.
You're too busy.
Right.
You're too busy.
But if it's in the middle, then it's like, okay, you gave him some time to for you to think of,
and for him to think about vice versa, yeah.
Right, and gave you some time to really think like, dang, okay, he hit me up, like, hey, what's up, so it's in the middle. So what you say, 3-4 days?
I say 2 to 3.
2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days.
Give me 2 to 3 days.
So not the next day, but maybe the day after.
Definitely not the next day.
Maybe
exactly.
After that. So
exactly.
So if he hits you up, so let's say y'all went out Friday, you got your number Friday. Boom.
Don't hit me up on Saturday.
Don't hit you up on Saturday, right? So he should hit you up till maybe Monday or something.
Yeah, Sunday,
Friday,
Monday.
Maybe after the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like
exactly, because people got lives.
Right.
Let them live their life.
Right. So something like that. So okay, so that's the turn off if it's too early. So that's a red flag.
That's not the worst one, but that is a big sign.
Okay.
A warning sign.
Okay, so how often? Okay, first date. How does a woman? How should she go into the first date? What kind of mindset? How should she dress? What should she? Where should her headspace be at? And what does she do during the date, after the date, after that first date? Let's say y'all get on the phone, see y'all text, y'all go back and forth, and he says, hey, can you meet me here, or can I pick you up here? We can go here, on our first date and actually hang out. Let's say he take you out to eat, or something like that, or I know a lot of men, they want to do coffee dates or something, or whatever, or anywhere y'all meet up, even at the park or something, anything, if y'all just meet up somewhere. How does a woman go into it? What type of mindset should she be in, and how should she handle the first date?
First date is first impression. So you come prepared, do your homework. I mean, I think most people know this. With whoever you're going on a date with, do a little research. Type their name in. A lot of people nowadays are not giving you their last names, I've noticed. I don't know if that's just security, paranoia, or what it is. But if they do give you their first and last name, do a quick Google search or social media search. That's the biggest one. I do social media searches first. But if they don't give you their last name, it's kind of harder. You kind of have to go off things that they've told you about themselves already. But yeah, so no, for the first date, come in confident, come in, appearing, nice. Most people know that. Most people have that mastered and, already. But you kind of want to, my only advice is to listen more than you speak on the first date.
To listen more?
Listen more than you speak. Let them talk about themselves, because a lot of times they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Yeah. And you may find a guy that wants to know more about you. But personally, I keep it, mysterious. I don't spill it all on the first date. I want you to still want to talk to me. And if I pour my whole life story out to you on the first date, you're either A, going to be overwhelmed, or B, not interested at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let there be some, like I said, some mystery to you. That's my my only major dating advice, other than don't ride together.
Don't ride together.
No.
So he can't. So on the first date, you don't feel like the man should pick you up.
So that's such a
Or should
sad
y'all
thing.
should y'all meet each other? Like how should
You should meet each other. It's such a sad thing. Like it's old school to get picked up. I
Right,
love
right.
it. I think it's beautiful. I appreciate it. They should still be offering, but you should be declining the first time. For security reasons, you don't want them to know where you live. Two, if it doesn't go well and they end up being psycho or crazy, you know, you kind of avoided a lot of things by them not knowing where you live and you know just personal information about yourself. The second to third date, they can pick you up if you feel comfortable with them. If you feel like you know they're not crazy and they're you know normal, I guess you would say. You got to fill them out for that, but yeah.
So you feel like the first date is more so like an interview?
It is an interview.
It's an interview?
It is.
So you're trying to see like, even if you even like that person, if they're a good fit for your life. So it is like kind of like a job interview. So
it is.
So basically,
don't do it like that. Don't play it like that. Don't play it like an interview. But yeah, it basically is an interview.
Essentially, because it's like you're trying to inquire about somebody to see if they fit into your life. Just like if you were a hiring manager somewhere, you trying to see if they are a good fit for your company. If you like them, if they have a good attitude, stuff like that. So so you feel like women need to more so like just make sure that you know the man that they're dealing with is a good fit for them
before exposing anything personal. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
So then after the first date, how long should it take for her to go on the second date? Like or if the man asks her like say the next following weekend, is that okay to go on it? Or like how should she play it? Should she play it like you know, how often should she see him? How often should she you know, interact with him, like to keep him interested?
Gotcha. I would say go with the flow. I wouldn't do it too often, so I kind of get a little standoffish if I just hung out with you Friday and you would hang out again Saturday, and I just met you. You know, I'm like let me breathe. You know, I have friends, I have a life. You know, you know, I think that's a little too much. So it is okay to say, you know, I can't make it today, but I still would love to see you. What other day works best for you, or this day works best for me, yada yada, you know, play it by ear. But I don't do the back to back.
So if a man want to tie you up like the whole weekend, like okay, Friday, yeah, let's do this. Saturday, I'm gonna do this. Sunday, I'm gonna do this.
Not when we first just met. Like that's just really suffocating.
What does that make you feel like? That makes you feel suffocated.
It's suffocating.
And what does that tell you about like that man? Does that make you feel like he has like no other like options, or like he don't have like?
So that means he's moving really fast, and that's questionable. Why are you moving so fast? Right? Are you clingy? Are you possessive? You know? Are you crazy?
Right.
Like what is your intent? Why are you moving so fast? Like there has to be a fine balance between in the pace in which you move a relationship. Obviously, if you both are super attracted to each other, you know, you're gonna want to spend more time together. But that doesn't mean you should. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to be blinded by the attractiveness.
Right. So you feel like men will, because like what do women do? What are some mistakes that women do that may turn men off or may make men kind of back away from them? Like when it comes to, you know,
what are some mistakes that men do that make women
women do?
Okay, that women do that make men
kind of back away. Like I was interested in her, but now I'm not really interested in her no more. Like
the thirstiness.
Oh.
I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we're so interested in them off rip, you know, if we find something that we're interested in. So we're pouring a lot of ourselves in early on.
Right.
But you really shouldn't. Like they take advantage of that. Every single guy takes advantage of your overly energetic way of being into them so early on. Like you really have to like play a little mind game with it.
Right.
It's sad, but it's true. It really is true.
So it's like, so you feel like women should show interest, but they shouldn't necessarily be so like aggressive and thirsty and over the top and overbearing when it comes to, you know, like dating and stuff like that. So she should still give him the space.
Give him the space. My friend, the way she refers to it is mirror their energy. I don't exactly do the mirroring, but that is kind of a good way to go about it. For me, like I said, less is more. So this is everything. Clothing, you know, how much you're talking, all of this. Less is more. So you want to listen, you want to respond back accordingly, but you don't want to, like, imagine a guy sending you something that's like 2 sentences long and you're sending him pages back. Like, as a text. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by the different, like, energy or whatever. Like, she's clearly really interested. That's why she's doing this. But that's not how they see it.
Right. Exactly.
Don't do all that. Don't do all that just yet.
Right.
There's a time and a place.
So don't be too overbearing.
Don't be too overbearing.
Right.
No.
So it should be, so like you said, it should be a more of a balance between, you know, how much of herself she's giving off, because I feel like that's a good you know, a piece of advice to give women is, you know, not to be so, and then to go into it without so much expectation and so much, you know, because it's like women, they go into it, they expect, you know, it to go a certain way, or they get too caught up in it, or they get too, like, you know, kind of like sprung too early, and
that's
you know,
the word.
over the man, and it's like, you know, she didn't even take the time out to really feel him out first.
Yes.
You know, she kind of just went head first into it, like, oh, he just, you know, the first few dates, or the first couple of, you know, days that they're talking and stuff, she think they about to get married, you know, and she just think like, oh, it's just, you know, because it's like that, I guess that honeymoon stage, like the cupcake stage, and you know, you gotta understand that men and women, you know, people, they put on that representative, you know, kind of first, so like you don't really even like know that person. They want to put their best foot forward to show you, like, you know, stuff like that, but you know, so you can't always just go off of their initial, you know, what they present to you.
Right.
You have to kind of feel them out first and let time go by, because
build it up.
Yeah, because something I always say is, you know, every good actor will forget their lines one day. So it doesn't matter if they're, you know, they're pretending to be this person, because they're gonna find out. You're gonna find out who he really is anyways. And then it doesn't matter, like, because men and women, you know, sometimes they might exaggerate, they might lie, they might say, you know, I'm this, I drive this, I'm here, I live here, I do this for a living, I do that.
Flexing.
And then you might be like, okay, yeah. And it turns out it's nothing like that. And now you're like, you got all your hopes up, like, yeah.
You done poured your whole life story.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, he said he an astronaut, and he said he this, and he said he this, and you like, wait a minute, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Slow it down. Bring it back. Let them chase you.
So less is more. So she should be more mysterious. So she shouldn't be telling all her business. And
Never.
So on the first day, she should just kind of just chill and just let him. So let him do the talking. Let him talk. And then her just.
You can still lead in the conversation. Like, if he's the shy one, obviously you're gonna have to take lead. But if it's anybody else, you know, you want to listen more, and you know, answer questions that they ask you, ask questions back, compliment them, let them compliment you, you know, the game.
Right.
It's a game.
So what about like, do you feel like women should like date multiple men like at a time?
Yes.
And do you feel like that? Like,
yes.
Why do you say that? Because like, you know, a woman might, let's say she meet, like I said, a dude at the grocery store, and then let's say another dude that she finds attractive slides in her DMs, and then another dude, you know, she's, you know, at the gym, and he approaches her like, and they all, let's say they all all three of those men want to take her out on a date, you know, within like a 2 week period, like a week period or something. How does she go about that? You know,
it gets a little hard and challenging.
How do you multi-date? How does
you do it? You figure it out. First of all, it's important because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. When you put your all into one person that you just met, you're gonna 9 times out of 10 end up committing to them, and they may not be the right person for you, but you didn't give yourself the opportunity to know that. You just saw the positives in them, most likely overlooked the red flags, overlooked all the things you didn't like, and ended up committing to somebody that's not the right person for you. When you multi-date, you allow yourself options.
Right.
You're not settling, because we don't settle.
Right.
And I don't know, when it comes to scheduling, that's rough. It gets rough. It definitely
Really?
gets rough, especially when you have like a personal life, like work and friends and family and stuff like that. But you can figure it out. You can definitely figure it out. Everybody's timing is different. There are some guys that like to get breakfast. There's some guys that like to have dinner. There's some guys that like to only hang out on the weekends. There's some guys that only do weekdays. Like
Right.
you can figure it out somehow. My one advice is don't do more than one on the same day.
More than one on the same day, so don't do 2 dates on the same day.
No.
So one man wants to go to breakfast, the other one wants to go to dinner.
Nah.
Don't do that.
No.
Why
Don't
not?
do it. Because
Why?
you just never know how long that first date is gonna go. It may turn into an all-day event. You know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna have to call whatever his name is and tell him,
Right.
hey, I can't make it. And there's a good chance he might run into you that same day. And it's gonna look bad. It's just gonna look real bad. Versus if it's a different day and he sees you out with somebody, he can't be mad.
Yeah.
He can't be mad at you. Like,
can't be mad anyway because he's not your man.
he can't be mad anyway, right? Exactly that part. He can't get mad anyway, but it's just it's how it looks. It's conflicting. It's messy. Don't do messy stuff.
Right.
No.
So you saying it's okay for a woman to I'm gonna go on this date, maybe Saturday, this date, Sunday, this date maybe Wednesday, this date maybe Friday, next day. So
you busy. I don't know about all that. I mean, pace yourself because you're gonna get sick of it real quick. Seriously,
really?
you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Like
right,
when it comes
calling
to
different
world.
men different names and
oh,
stuff.
Whoa, no.
And then you start forgetting, like
we don't do that.
You start being like, you start telling like, dang, I'm like, dang, your dog died. I'm sorry, what happened to your dog? They're like, I don't have a dog, He's like, what are you talking about? You like, no, you told me that last time we was on a date. You told me that you had a dog and your dog died.
Let me give some advice on that because that is really important. So, one, don't say their name.
Never say their name.
Never say their name.
Never say their name.
Never say their name. They'll be like, so I'm Courtney. So they'll be like, hi Courtney, how are you? I'll be like, hi, how are you?
So you never say it. So you
no,
never say their name.
because you run the risk of doing the mix-up game, and you don't want that. That looks so bad.
Right.
Like so bad. It's just best to just avoid it. I mean, unless you're good at it and you got it to a T, you're never gonna mess it up. Go ahead and say their name. But I personally, I don't say their name.
You don't want to call Jamal Damien.
Exactly.
Right.
Or it'd be the close ones, like Derek and Darren or some close. Like you just mix up little things. Cause I'm like, his name begins with a D.
Right.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And don't guess. Whatever you do, don't guess. And then the other thing when it comes to like things that he told you.
Yeah, like remembering things he told you.
So my advice on that is to, if you really are interested in them, jot it down in your notes on your phone.
So write it down.
And read it before you go on a date.
Wow. So you say they should write it down and be like, okay, this guy I'm going out with. All right, so he do this. All right,
refresher. It's just a refresher. And it shows that you're attentive. It shows that you paid attention, and you're not messing it up by mixing it up. That's so rude in so many ways. Like, ladies know, because this has happened to at least every woman at least one time, whether it's your name or it's a story you told them or some story someone else told them, and they're like, weren't you talking about the friend who did this, that, there? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, it just comes off as rude. Like, wow, you're mixing me up with somebody else. That means you're not really paying attention to me. Like, you know what I mean? So stuff like that, like I said.
happened to you before, like when a man would be like, "Didn't you tell me that?"
Right.
Has a man never called you another name, somebody else's name?
No, I have not gotten that, and that is just, I feel.
That's real disrespectful.
That's very disrespectful.
But you have gotten like where he'd be like, "Hey, didn't you
where
tell me
he's
about?"
mixing up stuff that I didn't even.
Didn't you
say.
tell me that your friend or your coworker at work did this, and then you like, no,
that wasn't me. I don't know who you talking to, but that wasn't me.
Like wrong. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I cannot stand that. It's just best to just not do that. So don't guess.
So
don't guess. Yeah.
So So when you are multi-dating, so you saying have like don't overwhelm yourself.
Don't overwhelm yourself at all. Pace it.
Right.
Definitely pace it.
Don't go on more than one date
a day.
And then don't get your dudes mixed up.
Don't
say their name. That's a good one.
Don't say their name.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then write down notes.
So how does a woman pick between, let's say she like Derek and then she like Jamal, and then she like, hey, I mean, I got I don't know, Sylvester over here in the corner, and then like who like dang, but I kind of like Derek and Jamal. So like which one, you know, maybe she's like, dang, you know, they both treat me right. Like, you know, how do I choose one?
What do you mean? Like which one you're going on a date with, or which one you're trying to settle down?
Which one
with?
you trying to settle down with?
Ooh, I mean, if you don't know, then it's neither of them.
If you can't pick, but what if they're both great men? What if they're both great men and you like?
There's something. There's something. Look harder. There is something. They are not the same people. So really look at your life. Look at who can benefit you the most in your life, with your life, what you got going on, who you can really grow with, see yourself getting old with. Think of the future. I mean, most women do this anyway, but think of the future with the people that you're deciding between. You know, can you see them in your life, like for real, for real?
So when should a woman stop multi-dating? When one of those men actually commit to her?
Yes, exactly. When they commit, and by commit, I mean not the you're my lady.
Or you're my girl, like
yeah,
like,
you're my girl.
We kick it,
What?
like, yeah, we cool.
No, I need you to declare to the world that me and you are a thing, and we're taking this serious. Okay, that's a commitment. Okay, not
so boyfriend, girlfriend, actually putting the title on you.
Yes, don't listen to them. Don't listen to the men that are like, I don't believe in titles. No, that's a commitment issue. That's what that is. Red flag again. Run.
Right.
For real.
So that's when you can cut off all the other men when you find somebody that actually is serious about you. Then you can be like, okay, forget all this multi-dating and dating stuff. I can focus on this one man, because a lot of women, they will make themselves, you know, they or like in these situationships, they'll be exclusive with each other before the actual, you know, relationship part. So it's like, and then a lot of times women find themselves being exclusive to a man that's not exclusive to her
at all.
And then when something happened, and he'd be like, well, we ain't together, so you can't get mad because we ain't together.
And she's
like, well, dang, you know, I can't really say it's cheating, but I'm not dealing with nobody else, and I stopped talking to the other man.
It's hurtful.
That, you know, and yeah, so
protect yourself at all costs.
Right. So don't throw all your eggs in one basket when you are dating.
Do not do that. Trust me, it'll work out better in the end.
So I mean, that's pretty much covered. I think we pretty much covered everything. We got your mindset, how you know, just going in with it, you know, knowing what you're looking for, knowing your worth, you know, not bringing old baggage into new relationships or new situations, and healing and stuff like that. Your appearance, how you dress, your hygiene, your body language, you know, stuff like that. How to be approachable, you know, your aura, your energy, how you know your smile, how you are, you know, where to meet men, you know, what types of men you want to meet in those specific environments, getting out the house, and then we talked about social media and how to attract people on social media. And then, you know, like what to say to those men with the conversation piece, with, you know, how to close the deal, or what. And then when y'all do start dating, we talked about, okay, you know, how to play it, like what days to, you know, and how to go about it and everything, and then how to multi-date.
Yes.
So we didn't cover like
get in
everything.
there.
So
you got all the tips and tricks. Get out there.
So ladies. I mean, that's basically how you start back dating when after being single for so long. You know, you just gotta get out there and just
get out there. Put yourself out there at whatever it takes. Build your confidence up. You know, you will master it. You will get the result you're looking for. Just manifest it.
All right. Well, thank you, Courtney. I appreciate you for coming through and for, you know, sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and everything with the ladies and everything like that. I appreciate you for coming through. And where can they find you at? Like, you know?
So I have 2 Instagrams. My personal Instagram is gonna be the Courtney Randolph, so THE, and then Courtney COURTNEY, Randolph RANDOLPH.
And I'll put it down below.
Okay, yeah, I better help because it's my name long.
Yeah, I'll put it down below.
And then my business Instagram is gonna be Premier Prestige Production. So the spelling, just to make sure it's right, but he said he's got you.
I got you. I'll put everything in there.
Yeah, no. You can find me anywhere. DM me if you need to. I can answer questions all day.
All right. Well, thank you for coming through
again. Thank you for having me. It was great.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, that's how you start back dating after being single for so long. So, ladies, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we're gone. So, to the next video.